Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great and wonderful day. So we have some interesting news on the whole Snow White situation that may be a very and sad and a unfortunate story for the wokies and the far left. Because what's happening here is that proof that rises that Disney will put Snow White remake, will pull Snow White remake. So yeah, it doesn't seem that it's going to be do great here. What we have is not since the Black Cauldron has there been such a notoriously hated Disney film as the upcoming remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The consensus dictates that Disney has officially lost the plot to their beloved fairy tale love story, and it's only gone downhill as more and more recent reports continue to rise. I mean, it was like we suspected this to happen, right? In the sense of maybe the movie being pulled, but like the movie being going woke and the movie being terrible. This was to be expected, and it's not going to help anything. And again, this all has to do with BlackRock, Vanguard, etc. These very insanely rich companies with insanely rich people trying to push the ESG onto these other companies, and because they want us divided. Because doing this stuff just divides people, and it makes people angry. But what happened is the majority of the populace is not doing this. Although the Walt Disney Company has made no formal statement regarding the status of the controversial project apart from a new release, signs may be pointing to the film's cancellation. Along with abandoning any resemblance to the original emotional masterpiece made by Walt, the film's leading actress simply cannot stay out of trouble with many remarks that some fans deem to be harsh and offensive. Additionally, the film has also suffered backlash from the little person community as it supposedly changes Snow's seven companions. In short, the project is doomed. Yeah, that's the thing. The story is completely devoid of the actual original work, and I still think that Disney is going to be doing a lot of remakes. Disney doesn't seem to be taking a lot of risks, and when Disney does take those said risks, it always is woke in nature and is failing these companies. And I don't think that Disney can keep on losing this money, as we have been seeing before. That Disney is being very low on their stocks. They have been doing terrible as of recent, and they cannot be taking this beating anymore in terms of financial. Yeah, they're a $1 billion company, but if their parks are going down, if their movies are not doing well, and they're losing millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, it's just like at some point that's going to hurt. That's going to take a beating, and then your financial costs and everything just does not start adding up. It starts to actually hurt you immensely, and even they want to sell some assets just to survive. So I don't think that Disney is going to be doing too well here, and I think we're doing a good job of not letting Disney survive. It says here that Snow White may be put to sleep. Despite the best efforts of films like The Jungle Book, Christopher Robin, and Tim Burton's Dumbo adaptation, the Disney live-action remakes have something of a negative stigma. Bringing back an old classic is all well and good, but it just hasn't been working for the studio's most recent attempts. This is mostly due to people going extremely woke and the story being awfully terrible. The woke reimagining of Snow White has done very little to gamer positive entrance to garner my bad apologies to garner positive interest in the project, and that's without the recent reports of the controversial adaptation of generating hatred. The real problem with the project is that it's become completely unrecognizable, and fans are not happy with the results. Thus far, Inside the Magic has seen multiple reports of the film straying too far away from its fairy tale origins, removing its cast of seven dwarves, its lead actress perpetually generating scandalous comments, and many fans ultimately choosing to boycott the project. How long will it be before the studio gets a hint? Even given the following evidence, it might be sooner than later. So yeah, it doesn't seem to be a thing that wants to be going on here. Of course, we have Rachel Zegler, who may be so as poisoned apple. Now, I know I haven't really been doing a lot of reports and stuff like that on this specific person at all, but she seems to be a very vile and disgusting human. And it seems that things are not really going too far her way because she's really just awful human being in general. What we have here is, despite being cast as the film's titular princess, Rachel Zegler has not done the movie any favors as far as her conduct has been concerned. She has proudly admitted to straying as far from the original's content and plot elements as she can, and has certainly not sat well with her fans. This is, some of the things that she has to say about the movie and, her actual, attitude.
happen, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time. Cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah. So, like, again, with that type of attitude, it just seems like, yeah, we're just gonna cut some scenes here. We're gonna make this to where, like, this didn't happen, or a guy was a creepy stalker. Right, because it shows that you didn't really watch the movie as I have, or many others, where the guy was not actually stalking or doing anything of the sort. He was just wandering around, and he happened to find a Snow White just sleeping. So I don't know where you get the stalker thing is. I don't think she's intelligent enough to know what a stalker is. But, yeah. Additionally, Zegler's comments regarding the Walt Disney original haven't been well received. Well, obviously. Seen in the footage above, her demeanor towards the 1937 comes across as more than a little callous, especially when she drags her male co-star into the conversation. The guy in the movie is Andrew Burnap, who is reportedly playing the prince, to which Zegler remarked. As off-color as those remarks were, Zegler's thoughts on the original film have definitely set many comparisons off. In an interview reported by Forbes, Zegler said, yeah, because this person is just not a good person. And this is what somebody has to say about the whole situation as well, with all this stuff and what these people are all this. Take a look. So we're going to have to rewind this, but we'll see here.
Her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time. Cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film. I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign. I am.
I don't think I've ever seen such a condescending, smug Disney princess ever in my life. I don't even know what movies she has been in to get her to have this Disney role. It's just every single interview that I have seen her do for this movie is just so smug and so condescending. To a point where, like, is she supposed to be, like, I don't know, uplifting us as women? Because it sounds fucking terrible, and I don't want to be included in that part of womanhood. If this is the way Disney is trying to get women into watching their films, I don't think they're doing it right. Because she made us sound like women only matter if they are hateful of love, hateful of any kind of romance, and we only exist to thrive and be a leader, which, hey, it is okay if you want to, but not every woman wants to be that. And a lot of women actually want romance, and maybe some, like, decent romance at that. Like,
The thing that, of course, Algo Born is a Men's World video that's coming out today, but she's right in the sense that women always seek love in a lot of her retrospect. It's not all of them, obviously, but yes, a lot of them do seek love. They want a partner to be with. Now, there's a lot in this society to where women are probably not the best compatible for men right now, but this is true what men seek. And if you're this vitriol, this toxic, this piece of garbage, then yes, you're not going to cater to what women actually want. Yes, we have the holes and the thoughts and all mind you, but again, this is just something that is just doesn't sit right with a lot of people here, right? Like, people are just finding out that, like, this woman is just not likable. That Rachel Zegler is a piece of garbage. And now that you guys are seeing kind of how she acts and smug and condescending and just not being the right person, you kind of see where this is poisoned the film in a lot of ways. As they said, the poisoned apple, where she has not done anything remotely good. And again, we go with this here, that we have the report is that Rachel Zegler's Snow White will almost certainly not be released as planned. So, in case you missed it, the past few weeks have been incredibly controversial for Disney's latest remake. Over videos have resurfaced of its lead actress, Rachel Zegler, talk about Snow White at D23, in which she describes Princess Charming as a stalker and describes the romance of the original fairy tale as weird. So, yeah, it's just gone to this point to where that Snow White is just not going to be good. It's just going to fall flat. Nobody's going to watch this film. They weren't going to watch this film regardless because most of the people predicted this was going to happen. It's just a whole lot worse than everybody else could possibly predict it. And this is just the reality of things. We're living in a society today where women can be this toxic or be what have you, and it's falling on deaf ears because women are not going to accept this toxicity for much longer. Yes, I understand. Like I said, this movie is bound to fail. And it also has a lot to do with the so-called actress really burning the movie into the power of flames that it was. Whatever movie that you had that was like in the film that you probably would have been able to get women to maybe watch it, you have pretty much put that all up in flames. And it's all thanks to one person called Rachel Zegler. Alright guys, that's the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.